Welcome to class 24 of Secretarial practice. So in this class we are going to study regarding the contents of prospectus. So contents of prospectus. So prospectus is the only window through which the prospective investors can look into and the soundness of the company venture. So to know whether the company is in a good position, so what is the position of the company, so that we can know only through the window which is called as prospectus. So here we are going to consider prospectus as a window. Why window? Through which we will get the detail, or through which we can get an idea regarding how the company is working. So what are the information of company? So what happens? So this prospectus is going to tempt the promoters and the directors of the company to present the rosy picture, given only positive and the good points and concealing the negative points. So what happens here? So through prospectus the investors are interested in the company. They show the interest towards the company. So what they do, they are going to tell all the positive points regarding the company. So what they do, they are going to hide the negative points of the company or the weaker points of the company. So they say that it is a rosy picture. Rosy picture means you are going to decorate in such a words that the investors going through that the prospectors, so they should be, or they should feel that they are going to invest and this is the perfect one. Okay. In order to safeguard the interest of investing public, the Companies Act requires every company issuing the public prospectus to observe the large number of rules and regulations. So which means here the directors, the promoters are going to prepare the prospectus in the rosy picture we say, which means they are going to highlight the positive things and conceal the negative things. So for that, so it doesn't mean that you can do whatever attract, or we can say everything you are going to say positively, every positive points you are going to highlight and you are going to conceal the negative. So it may not give a right picture, right? So we may say we may be attracted towards the prospectus and we are going to invest, and later we are going to suffer the loss. So it should not be in such a way that, so for that purpose the Companies Act imposes some rules and regulations, so that while preparing or issuing the prospectus the company should go through it. So failure to observe these rules make the company to pay heavy penalties. So if the company fails to follow these rules and regulations, so they will be punishable or they will be under heavy penalty. So what they are going to do? So they can prepare it in a good manner, but they should prepare it following the rules and regulations. So what will be there in the prospectus? So every prospectus should state the information. So information like part 1 of schedule 2nd and whatever is specified in the part 2 of that schedule. So what does this part 1 of schedule says? Schedule 2nd says. So it says that part 1 of schedule 2nd of the following matters must be stated in the prospectus. The first is information relating to the company. Information relating to the company means the name of company. Name of company should be there. Suppose it is a public company or it is a private company, it should be specified clearly. So then the address of the registered office of the company. Why the address of registered office should be there? So we have already studied in the registered office clause. So any information or communication, whatever you are going to do to the company, or we are going to make, or the company is going to involve in the communication, so that should be through the registered office. Okay, so address should be registered office. So the next is particulars of capital structure. What is capital structure? Capital structure is nothing but combination of debt and equity, so that is issued by the company to finance its overall operation and growth. So what is the structure of it? So how much you are going to keep it as the equity, how much you are going to keep it as the debt. So the combination of these two, we can say it is a capital structure. The next is particulars of directors, managing directors and the auditors. So their information should be involved here. The next is you are going to give the information regarding qualification shares. So what is this qualification share? So this is the share that should be purchased by the directors, so to get a directorship in the company. Then the next is your redeemable shares, right? So redeemable preference shares are there. So how much redeemable preference shares are there? So that should be there. So it is not appealing expenses, it is a preliminary expenses. Okay, mistyped. So preliminary expenses which are payable by the company. So preliminary expenses means at the preliminary stage of the company, at the time of promotion. So whatever expenses that are incurred by the company and how much you have not still paid, so that should be mentioned in the prospectus. Then second says information relating to the present issue. So number of shares what you are going to issue. So how much is the face value? So application money, banker to the issue. So what is this banker to the issue? Banker to the issue means, so the activity relating accepting of application, accepting of application money, allotment, so then the refund of money, payment of dividend, etc. Then the underwriters. So underwriter means who are the risk takers. So information about them. Then the next is opening and closing of the subscription list. So the next is listing of shares. So if you want to deal it in the stock market, your shares should be listed there. Then the progress made by the company. Progress made by the company means whatever you have done, whatever the achievements you have done in the previous stage. The next we can say general information. General information. The next is information relating to the project. Information relating to project means vendors information. Vendors means the seller. So location, where you want to locate your project. So what are the plants and machineries you are going to adopt. So collaboration agreement. Collaboration agreement means agreement between the two parties, okay, who work or who are going to looking for working together on the commercial project. So that agreement. Infrastructure facility. So infrastructure facilities like water, electricity, etc. So schedule of implementation. Schedule of implementation means, so it lists out, schedule means it lists out all the tasks, so which is necessary to complete the project. Okay, so that will be there. The nature of product. So what kind of product you are going to produce and what are the export possibilities, so that you are going to understand in this information relating to project. The next is general information. General information means consent of central government, so relating to your present issue. So permission or the written consent of the central government relating to present issue means whatever your, how much the application money is, how much the bank, the name and address of the underwriters, all these things you have to get it approved by the central government. The next is punishment for the false application. So the provisions which are relating to the punishment for the fictitious application. Fictitious application we have already studied in the last class. So the next is refund of application money. Refund of application money means if you have not allotted the shares to the shareholders, then whatever application money you have received at the time of receiving the application, that you have to refund. Then the next is lead managers. So who are the lead managers? So these are the financial institutions, so appointed by the company going public. So these are the lead managers, so their information should be there. Underwriters, as we have said, the risk takers. And the CRISIL rating. So which means CRISIL rating is nothing but a rating obtained from the CRISIL. So credit rating agency it is. So the rating of that should be mentioned. The next is capital structure of company. So in that you are going to say how much authority you have to raise the capital, so how much you are going to issue the shares. Then the next is the subscribed capital, how much are the shareholders promising to buy the shares. Called up capital means you are not paid shares. So then next is paid up capital means how much it is paid, fully paid. Thank you.